welcome to Pressing Matters. I'm your host, Jamal Raheem. Now, Pressing Matters is a show where I usually interview guests and I ask them 5 hard-hitting questions about vinyl, and we see where the conversation goes. But on this episode, we're doing something different. I went to Rasputin Music and Campbell, and I just wanted to showcase some of the stuff that I got. I'm going to do these type of episodes every now and then where I go to the record store and show y'all what I got. Now, I forgot to film while in the record store, but I'm still going to show y'all the heat that I got. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right. Now, let me show y'all what I got. That's what you're here for. First album, we're going Luther Vandross, Never Too Much. Now, this is actually my first Luther album that I have in my collection. I never see Luther at the record stores. This was my first time actually seeing one of his albums, and I immediately bought the thing. You know, Never Too Much is probably his most popular album because it has probably his most commercially successful song in Never Too Much, but Luther is literally the voice. Like, there's so many songs that he covered that I didn't realize were covers because they became his song. He did better than the original version. It's Luther's song now. So, had to get this in my collection, man. RIP to one of the greatest to ever do it, and Luther Vandross. Next album, Harvest for the World by the Isley Brothers. I didn't have anything by the Isley Brothers in my collection either. Now, I've seen the Isley Brothers at the record store. I just never pulled the trigger. And today I had to just cop it. I had to cop it. Now, this album has At Your Best, You Are Loved, the song that's been covered by everybody, including the late, great Aaliyah. At your best, you are loved. Anyways, fantastic album, fantastic group, one of the greatest groups of all time. And look how fly they looking. Look how fly they looking. They always put that thing on. One thing about Ronald and the boys, they gonna put that thing on. Next album we're going with Diana Ross, Marvin, Diana and Marvin. Big fan of Marvin Gaye. Anything that Marvin Gaye does, I'm going to buy it. I love his music. You know, I haven't even heard this project, but I know Marvin Gaye is involved, and I got it for $7. That's a win. That's a win. Hey, but I heard a few of these songs. I heard You Are Everything, Just Say, I've heard, and I'm Falling in Love with You, I've also heard. So I've heard some of these songs. I actually can't wait to listen to this because I know I'm going to find some gems on here. But Diana and Marvin had to cop it. I miss when artists were doing stuff like that too. Like the older artists, they used to do a lot of those type of collab albums, like Donnie and Roberta Flack. They have one. Like, I love when artists do that, man. I love it. All right. Next album. We're going with The Weeknd. Now, this is his newest joint. Now, I'm assuming all of the songs are not on here. And the reason why I'm assuming that is because I got it for $17.99. And there ain't no way in hell you are finding an album by The Weeknd for $17.99. So I'm assuming something's up with this. I'm assuming we don't have all the tracks, but that doesn't matter to me because I am a fan of The Weeknd's music. And I'm trying to buy his stuff slowly. All I have is Starboy and finally this one. But shout out to The Weeknd, man. I'm a big fan of his music. His fan base is a little annoying. I'm not going to lie. They be acting like he's the greatest thing in pop music. But The Weeknd gives us that heat. He always gives us that heat. You know what I mean? XO, you feel me? Shout out to Abel, though. And the last album we're going with is by Miss Solange. You know what I'm saying? This is the Soul Angels and the Hadley St. Dreams. A mouthful to say that, but I'm a fan of Solange. If you don't know, now you know. You know what I'm saying? This has Tony on here. Like, Solange doesn't really miss. She doesn't really miss, you know what I'm saying? And, like, people always compare her and her sister, and they make completely different music. They're both talented. I don't know why we always got to compare. Why can't we just appreciate the art? But this is a fantastic project. This is also a Record Store Day exclusive, so this is a red joint. Like, I didn't think I was going to ever get this album because on Record Store Day, they sold out of this album. And that's why people, I tell you to wait. Wait, if you don't get the album that you're looking for on Record Store Day, you gonna eventually get it. They gonna press it again or the record store is gonna eventually find a copy. You might have to wait 1, 2, 3 years, but you're gonna get it. And this is a testament. Shout out to Solange, man. We need a new album, Solange. We waiting. The world needs you. But this has been Pressing Matters, man. That has been everything that I got. I'll catch y'all on the next time when I'm interviewing somebody, or who knows, maybe when I make another trip to the record store and I take y'all with me on the journey. But this has been your boy Jamal Radio Raheem. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.